You know, normally these videos would be a lot more polished. I don't even give a shit. I don't even care if this video is not polished or not because the Fox Disney deal went through. America! Dude, I am so excited right now. Oh my God, dude, the Fox Disney deal. Okay. Man, dude, there's so much stuff they could do now. Dude, there's so many things they could do now. Okay. Calm down. Geek mode, calm down. All right. Man, we're calm. Okay, so the deal goes through. The deal's through. This means that like Disney owns Fox and the Fan. Man, they own the X-Men and Fantastic Four. Okay, cool. Here's the question everybody wants to know. How do you roll the X-Men over into the Marvel Cinematic Universe? That's the only thing I want to see. Wolverine, son. Dude, oh man, let me tell you something. America. Dude, I can't, dude. Wolverine in this thing. Okay. In all honesty, there's a whole bunch of different ways I could do this. I think they'll do the Ultimate Universe way of bringing Wolverine in, right? Like, I think it's the most reasonable way. Like do the Ultimate Universe version and bring Wolverine in that way. Okay, for those of you guys who don't know, the Ultimate Universe way, so here's how the Ultimate Universe works. So the Ultimate Universe is a whole lot more grounded, right? Like, the entirety of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is basically the Ultimate Universe in Marvel Comics. The only difference here is, like one or two things, right? Like, the only real difference here is that you have, like, Steve Rogers being the original super soldier. You have things like that basically being the only difference. Like that's essentially it. Dude, okay. So check this out. So here's a chronology. Like, let's take mutants for example. Here's a chronology of mutants in Marvel Comics, right? Or I'm sorry, in the Ultimate Universe. This is the way you bring Wolverine in. So the way this whole thing happened is you had Captain America Steve. No, I'm sorry, you didn't have Captain America Steve Rogers. You had Nick Fury, who was the original super soldier, and then after Nick Fury, They had Project Rebirth, and they created Captain America. And then after they created Captain America, World War II ended. Captain America was frozen in ice. Yada. So anyway. So Captain America's frozen in ice, just a giant Captain Sickle, Cap Sickle. And so from there, like, the various, like, these various countries in the world are just like, we have to launch our own super soldier program, right? Like, we have to create our own super soldier program. So they start creating, like, all these different super soldiers, all over the place. Well, in the main Marvel Universe, Wolverine was created out of a joint venture between Canada's Department H. I want to say it's Canada's Department H. I want to say Department K is where you got Alpha Flight, Vindicator, all those guys, Sasquatch, Puck, like all those characters. But anyway, it was one of Canada's like super black ops organizations, and the CIA in the United States. And in the main Marvel universe, Wolverine was just a guy named Logan who was part of Team X. He was basically a black ops wet work guy. That's really all it was. Like they went like underground. I mean, it was God, if I remember correctly, Team X was originally Maverick, Sabretooth, Wolverine, and Silver Fox, I think. And the whole idea was that Wolverine and Sabretooth had healing factors. And so they gave the healing factors of Sabretooth and Wolverine, I believe, to Silver Fox and Maverick. But anyway, so Team X is basically co-opted by the CIA, right? They're like, okay, so like we're going to turn Team X into like, we're basically going to hand them over and make them part of Weapon X, the 10th iteration of the Weapons Plus program, Weapon 1 being Captain America. And so the result of this is that we're going to get back to Marvel Universe, or the Ultimate Universe here in a second, but the result of this is that Wolverine is subjected to the Adamantium Project. He has adamantium bonded to his bones. Sabretooth is given adamantium, and Silver Fox and Maverick, no, I think Silver Fox and Maverick got the healing factors of Wolverine, but I don't think they got adamantium. But anyway, so what ends up happening is they go forward, Wolverine breaks free, yada, 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 and then you get X-23, you get Deadpool, the whole 9 yards. All right. Ultimate Universe is totally different. Because of the fact that Captain America had basically was perceived to have been dead, because everybody believed that he was gone, he was out of the picture, what they ended up doing was they ended up taking the they ended up going through creating all these super soldiers, and Canada took Logan. They took James Howlett and turn him, like try to make a super soldier out of him, try to make another Captain America. But along the way, they discovered that there are a subsect of humans that have a gene, and if the gene is activated, they'll get powers. And so that was the birth of mutants, because what humanity did is they basically modified that gene. They activated the gene in Wolverine, which basically gave birth to his healing factor and all that kind of stuff. From there, they actually like synthesized a chemical, I'm pretty sure, and dispersed it around the world, and then suddenly people's mutant powers started waking up. And so it was basically like the Ultimate Universe version of Inhumans, which kind of makes sense because the Inhumans suck. So what ends up happening is like mutants start rising to power, and things get totally, things are totally different. Like Magneto is not like a redeemed guy, right? Like everybody loves Michael Fassbender Magneto. All right, what if I told you that you could get a Michael Fassbender Magneto who's not even looking for redemption, who's not even like, hey, I did some seedy things, like I killed Kevin Bacon, like I did some pretty rough things, but I'm trying to be a good guy. I'm trying to do the right thing. What if I told you wouldn't even get that? What if I told told you would get like a Michael Fassbender and Magneto who's just like, everyone's gonna die. Like I'm killing everyone. Like, dude, I'm because I can. Because like I control the magnetic spectrum of the world. I can reverse the magnetic pulse. Dude, he lifts Thor's hammer, man. In the Ultimate Universe, Magneto lifts Thor's hammer. Man, he lifts Thor's hammer. Okay. Man, dude, I'm getting so excited right now. Cause then no, man, because then you get stuff like Legion, you get stuff like the Shadow. Oh, dude, imagine the Shadow King in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let me tell you something, man. Y'all thought Thanos was bad? Let me tell you something, man. Like, one, Thanos is a badass. But like of all the things anybody's ever done, Thanos is like the least. Like Thanos has invaded Earth a couple times. He's had the Infinity Gauntlet and the Cosmic Cube. But when you look at like the grand scheme of like shit people have done in Marvel Comics, Thanos is nothing, man. Dude, Apocalypse is an absolute demon, dude. Oh my god, dude, Apocalypse in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let me tell you something, man. I would pay good money to see like Apocalypse versus the Avengers and the Avengers versus X-Men. Oh my god. Okay, Avengers versus X-Men. Okay, here's a cool thing. For those of you guys who don't know, Avengers versus X-Men was this 2012 story, I think it was. It was like the most clickbait story that any person could have ever written. So here's the way this whole thing happened, all right? So what ends up going on here is that Jean Grey's been dead for a long time, right? Like, Marvel killed off Jean Grey, and she'd been dead for something like 7 years when Avengers vs. X-Men happened. And the whole idea here was that you had a girl named Hope Summers, all right? She was like this mutant messiah, and the idea was that when Hope was first born, she would go on to lead one of two paths. Either she would become like this, like, insane, crazy, powerful chick who initiates what's called the 6 Second War, where she annihilates like a million humans in 6 seconds, and then it basically kicks off like a Days of Future Past kind of scenario, which is essentially Bishop's future. Or she would go on to become like this messiah, basically, which she ends up doing. Like, she basically forms Generation Hope, the 12 Lights, all these different things. Like, she gets wrecked by Strife. Oh my god, Strife in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Man, Strife in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Strife is Cable's evil clone from the future. Dude, Strife is so OP. Strife shows up from the future, right? He's Cable's clone. Dude, we gotta get back on track. Strife shows up from the future as Cable's clone, all right? Like, dismantles the X-Men. He's just like, and you're done. Like, dude, Rex, he shuts off the powers of Cyclops. He shuts off the powers of Jean Grey. Like, he turns Hope Summers into a bomb. Hope Summers is a girl who can copy the powers of anyone. And like, he just seizes control of this chick. And he's like, now, like, I'm in charge of you. So like, now I'm gonna make you absorb my power, which is more telepathic and telekinetic energy you could possibly handle. And then I'm gonna send you to the X-Men and make you blow up like a bomb. Dude, it was the most beastly shit ever. Dude, it was like, damn son, dude, it was beast mode. So anyway, so the way this whole thing happens, the way this whole thing unfolds. All right, I don't know. Anyway, we were talking about other stuff. Anyway, so the way this whole thing happens, like the future with everything. Yeah. So anyway. So Hope Summers, you know, goes on to do her whole thing, and then the Phoenix comes back, right? Like, now this comes out of a story called X Sanction, right? Where like Cable shows up from the future, he comes back to life somehow. He shows back up and he tells Cyclops, look, the Avengers are going to come for Hope Summers because Hope is going to get the Phoenix Force, and if she gets the Phoenix Force, the Avengers are afraid she's going to kill everything like Jean Grey did when she became Dark Phoenix and annihilated like she destroyed a star which wiped out an entire solar system and killed like billions of people during the Dark Phoenix saga. So Cable's like, you have to protect her at all costs. So Cyclops is like, okay. So he goes and grabs Hope Summers and says, you're staying here, the Xavier Institute, you're never leaving. So what ends up happening after that is like Iron Man and Captain America and the Avengers realize the Phoenix Force is coming back, and they're like, oh shit, son, because like the Phoenix, man, dude, so, like the Phoenix Force comes back and somebody gets it, dude, man, they're gonna destroy everything. So they're like, okay, the Phoenix Force is going after Hope Summers, we have to go get Hope. So the Avengers show up on the doorstep of the X-Men and they're like, give us Hope Summers. And the X-Men are like, nope. And what follows is one of the greatest battles ever. Did you get like Gambit versus Captain America? Dude, there's like all these amazing fights. It's like, dude, it's so beast. But anyway, so the whole thing transpires. You basically get Avengers versus X-Men and all that kind of good stuff. But there's so many things they can do. Oh my God, there's so many things. No, dude, okay, I can tell you right now, I could plan out the next 20 years of Marvel Comics. Not even the theory videos that we did. Like I could legitimately, like legit, for real and for true, plan out the next 20 years of Marvel Comics. Like, just based on the Avengers, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four. Man, I would do Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four. Oh man, I would do dude, the War of the Four Cities. Dude, I would do Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four. Like, dude, the Mad Celestial, the Council of Reed Richards, like just these crazy, like this infinite number number of Reed Richards? The what is it? The all the Doctor Dooms that are like down in the bottom of the labyrinth because they've all been lobotomized. Dude, like Franklin, man, adult Franklin. Oh, dude, Franklin Richards, man. To me, my Galactus. For those of you guys who don't know, there's like in Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four, Franklin Richards, the son of Reed Richards, resurrects Galactus from the dead and turns him into his herald. It's just like, holy shit, dude, that's so beast. Like it was, man, it was amazing. Galactus was terrified of Franklin Richards. Dude, he was so scared of Franklin Richards. There's like when Franklin Richards' powers reawaken, Galactus grabs Reed and they take off. And like Galactus goes to a planet to feed, but he's like, Reed, we need to talk about your son because like your son's powers are back, man. And that's a problem because your son is as powerful as me. Like he could kill me. Like it'd be insane. You could get the Abraxas saga where Galactus dies, and then like Abraxas basically spreads throughout the multiverse like a plague, killing like every. There's this one point where you have Galactus, or you have like Abraxas, who's killed every single version of Galactus across the multiverse. Dude, you could do the Beyonders. You could, man, oh my God, they could do so much stuff. Dude, I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped. I'm sorry if I'm so excited, people. But it is a very exciting time right now. It is a very exciting time to be a comic book fan because things are wilding out. Anyway, I figured I would celebrate with y'all, and I will catch you all later. Peace.